I didn't hear anything. And as I was introduced, I am B. Ramjee, Director of International Affairs and Collaboration at this university. And it's my personal pleasure and privilege to welcome each and every one of you to the class of 2016, both in hospitality management and in culinary arts. As I look across the room today, I look at eager young faces ready to transition from teenage to adulthood and to real life. We at Manipal are proud and committed educators ready to mold your life to enable you to become better citizens of the world. And it is this transition process which is very pivotal at your age. And as the old proverb goes, teachers do not teach, they change lives. And you at Manipal view that as a serious responsibility. At the outset of my talk today, I would like to distinguish between learning and education, and also give you some useful tips on being successful. To begin with, learning as we know it is merely a subset of the broad concept term education. Education has a lot more facets than the learning process because it encompasses maturity, empathy, tolerance for divergent viewpoints, and eventually blossoming into wisdom. As one wise old sage once remarked, a learning process becomes useless if it fails to mature into wisdom during one's lifetime. My dear students, it is the blossoming of the wisdom which is most critical part of your education. Having outlined this, let me continue with my interpretation and concept of learning. Learning is a mere acquisition of correct information by being intellectually curious. This process entails travel along a two-way street. By this, I mean the rewards you reap will clearly commensurate with the efforts you put in and you expend on this journey. My view of a role of a faculty in this process is merely one of being a facilitator and mentor to each and every one of you. We are here to encourage your thinking process and stimulate your intellectual curiosity. As the old saying goes, if you feed somebody a fish, you have fed them for the day. If you teach them how to fish, you have fed them for life. We at Manipal are proud educators and assure each and every one of you that you'll be receiving personal attention from individual faculty members, especially assigned to you as mentors. Our goal is to ensure that most of you graduate not just with a degree, but to transition yourselves from being a youth to an adult, ready to take the challenges of your life and face the real world with utmost confidence. To the parents who are present here today, while we do assure you that we will take care of your child is no more a child. Your child is not in grade 13. Your child is an adult in college. Please kindly remember that. However, for your part, that's what I want to emphasize. You as a student, you're an adult. Your part in this process of learning, you must question the veracity of the information you obtain. Take the initiative, be bold, seek and obtain and whet your appetite for information. Don't be afraid to admit ignorance, because as the old saying goes, it's not ignorance, but ignorance of ignorance which is truly dangerous. Admit to and apologize for and learn from your mistakes. Don't be ashamed of such an action, but view that as a learning process. Lastly, for you to become knowledgeable individual, have respect for others and treat them the way you would like to be treated yourself. Your mistakes provide you the necessary introspection and assist you in dealing with better problems in your life, broader problems in your life. One of the most favorite sayings is, "Dear God, give me the courage to change the things I can, the strength to accept the things I cannot change, and the wisdom to differentiate between the two." It is the wisdom which I want to emphasize as outsource of your knowledge. Challenge yourself constantly to move to the next level of curiosity, as knowledge is the ultimate power to self-actualization. I can personally vouch from my own experience, the more I think I understand, the less I seem to do. Nevertheless, you must constantly try to view the world and your surroundings the way they are and the way you wish it were to be. When you leave this institution, we would want you to be well prepared for the life's challenges and become useful members of the human society. I would hope you keep my advice and perception of the difference between learning and the wholesomeness of knowledge and education in your mind as you move along in your life. Having said all this, let me summarize what I consider to be proper advice for you. My first advice to you would always be to be curious. As the old saying goes, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. Never let your thoughts be blunted by idleness and being narrow-minded. This enables you not just to be a literate person, but a knowledgeable one. As I already mentioned, knowledge is far beyond literacy, and it encompasses many other facets of real life. Also, when I ask you to be curious, it is not mainly posing the question why, but many times asking yourself why not. Never be afraid to ask the questions as well as question yourself constantly in the process. Secondly, do not preach, but practice high ideals and values. Knowledge with no values is mere tinsel. By the same token, while practicing correct values in your life, you get more out of the knowledge you acquire. In the process of developing your values, be tolerant for others by showing respect and dignity to every person around you. Do not judge people by the looks or by the color or by the way they dress, but by the content of the character. Judge others and treat others the way you would like to be treated. Thirdly, always be optimistic as life is relatively short. We all live with hopes, dreams, and expectations for the future, and not because something happened in the past. It is this hope and dream that should be your guiding light in your quest for a happy living. Live life to the fullest, that's my last advice. By this, I mean have positive thoughts, be happy, and do good to others. You'll be amazed as to how much these gestures will bring you fulfillment, and also the way these are reciprocated by other people. A positive mental attitude combined with an attempt at good deeds is fulfilling and rewarding. You will command respect from others as an achievement which many of us failed in. Many of us demand respect from others, but only a few can command it. It is also a legacy which you will be able to pass on to your children. If you carefully analyze and follow these 4 points of advice, you can pretty much relate to the term success easily. The term success has different meanings or connotations to different people. Regardless of these meanings, in order for you to be successful, the first thing you need to remember is to be self-driven, positive, and eager to want to succeed. That's why I said you are an adult in college. You're no more a child in high school. I'm reminded of Thomas Jefferson, who said, "Nothing can stop a man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal, but nothing on the earth can help a man with the wrong mental attitude." Attitude, my friends, is extremely important. Remember, over the next several years, and perhaps for most of your careers, many problems, options, opportunities, and challenges will be thrown at you. And you will be faced with the choices of avoiding them, making use of them, or letting them knock you out. If you do get knocked out, and many times you will, the trick is to get up, learn from the experience, and come back again well prepared. Remember the old dictum, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So be prepared to take risks in life. The challenges and adversities life places for you merely test your resilience and eventually will bring out the best in you if and only if you persevere. While the weak will buckle, the strong will shake off the fears and move steadily forward to success. Thus, my friends, the key is perseverance, motivation, determination, and most importantly, the will to succeed. Remember, my friends, failures are unimportant, insignificant, but the will to succeed is the most important facet I see here. My favorite football player, who you may not know, because it's American football. The difference between a successful person and the others is not a lack of strength, not a lack of knowledge, but rather a lack of will. So your success in life is measured by many parameters. It could be success at the workplace, success with a happy family life, success at developing friendships, and success at accumulating wealth. And of course, success at being healthy. I wish each and every one of you the very best in your quest for success. And the famous John once mentioned, we are all born not to fail but to succeed. So succeed all, and I have no doubt about that. As you grow up, you will have ample opportunities to develop your ability to look into yourself, reflect, grasp, and seize your strengths. However, how you carve your path to success without compromise is entirely up to you and is very important in life. In this context, I've written a quote for you from the chairman and CEO of famous Coca-Cola company, who once said this: "Life consists of these 5 balls which you will always continue to juggle. Those are your job, family, friends, health, and education. You will soon realize that the ball called job or work is made of rubber. If you drop it, it will bounce back. The other 4 things, my friends, your family, friends, health, and education are made of glass. If you drop any one of them, it will be permanently shattered, and you cannot bring them back together." In my mind, this example or analogy pretty much sums up the concept of life in total and the roles you need to play, prioritize, and juggle as you move along. So, my dear friends, remember, learn to honor your parents who have made tremendous sacrifices on your behalf, and always remember your friends, for these are the people who have ensured your path to success and have become an integral part of your life over time. More importantly, as you materially prosper, kindly learn to share your prosperity with people less fortunate than you, and remember not to take from this world more than what you give back. Lastly, as I've talked about success, in your quest for success, you're going to be faced with ethical and moral dilemmas, which all of us do. It's called not only for judgment on your part, but will test your resolve and strength of character. Character, in turn, is a combination of courage and humility. As the old saying goes, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But when character is lost, everything is lost. Remember that very carefully. Thus, my dear students, be courageous, never forget to be humble. My dear freshmen, in closing, I thank you very much for your time. I wish you good luck and success in your voyage, and may God be with you. My special thanks also to the parents and friends who have graced this occasion with their presence. And I thank the faculty and members of the College of Hospitality and Culinary Arts for inviting me here to speak to you today. Good luck to you, and may God be with you.